Today for the podcast, different from the others, I spoke with content creator Nigel Battle about the power of persistence, as well as his top 5 favorite gay movies and top 5 gay and gay-ish actor crushes. Stay tuned. Guess who's back in the house? Thank you for watching this video. Welcome to Different from the Others, my visual podcast. Different from the Others is or was one of the first gay movies ever produced. So I wanted to include that title because I wanted to pay homage to my gay elders who were not afraid to be visible and to create a way for themselves to live and create in the world. And I also wanted to loop in the younger LGBT community with the older generations. So thank you again for coming to my channel. I have my first guest, Nigel Battle, who is a social media guru. He is one of the reasons why my channel has become as successful as it has become, because he is a coach and he has coached me to the place where I am today. So welcome, Nigel, and tell my viewers who you are.
Hi, I am Nigel Battle. I am a full-time content creator, drag queen, recording artist, and creator coach. I run 2 main YouTube channels, one a variety entertainment channel where I do lots of reactions and music and movie related things, and then one a creator coaching channel where I go over how to grow your brand, how to become a better YouTuber, and have different revenue streams to become the content creator you always dreamed of.
Perfect. So for someone who isn't subscribed to your channel, why should they subscribe to your channel?
So you should subscribe to the Variety channel because it's a lot of fun. We go over all things pop culture, music, movies, and then I go ahead and spin it around and cover some things myself. So it's a lot going on over there. It's a lot of fun. I've been told in the comments that it can be very like stress relieving and just a nice getaway from life. And then the second creator channel, you should definitely subscribe to that if you're into growing your brand, becoming a content creator, either starting or growing something that you already have. I think a lot of the conversations I have over there with myself or with other people on my creator spotlight interview series, you learn from people who are doing it and recently, and there's nothing wrong with learning from a bunch of people if you're trying to do something. And I feel very proud to give my voice and my knowledge over there as honestly and transparency as I can. So if you're into learning about that world from someone who lives in it, then definitely head over there also.
Okay, so you said you have 2 channels. So how can they find both of your channels?
So my main channel is the Nigel Battle Variety channel, and then my second channel is Nigel Battle Creator Coach. Most likely we'll get like if this will be on YouTube, we can get some links of that in the description box so people can click right over and check out. There's over 1,000 videos on the Variety channel and over 100 videos and classes on the Creator Coaching channel.
So for your Variety channel, what's been your favorite video that you have created on there?
Oh my gosh, so much. So I've been asked to do lots of music reactions on there, and I've done so many beautiful artists and had so many moments where I've connected and cried with these songs. So some of those are my favorite. But as far as like what I've created, something original to the core, I have my music videos for my drag persona, Lick and All Over You. I did 2 original music videos, and then I also did like a Little Mermaid drag lip sync experience where I perform part of your world on a green screen. And I'm such a Disney kid at heart, and I think that in that moment of doing YouTube, I was doing so many different things, but that video really, I got to be like the YouTuber I wanted to be. You know, I got to just dress up. I made myself Ariel. It's a full ass video on my channel, so definitely check that out. It's like a whole drag experience.
Okay, so you know that this is a LGBT entertainment channel. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit, and I am curious, what are your top 5 favorite gay movies and why?
Oh my gosh. Wait, so like should it be like LGBT friendly movies or like strictly like gay movies?
Um, I will let you decide,
Okay.
but um, we love gay specific movies, but
Yeah.
if they have a gay storyline, that's
Okay.
cool.
So I'll say in no particular order, just to throw out um, five. Party Monster tells you a lot about me. Spoiler alert is amazing. Oh my gosh, what is that movie? This is horrible, but whatever. Trick. um, I might have to give a juicy three right now. I don't know if I can think of a number two that fast, but those three come to mind. I'm also a fan of another gay movie,
Okay.
super like cringy comedy. Um, there goes four. And five, let's do a good old classic Brokeback Mountain. I mean, who
Okay.
doesn't love two mainstream men with a juicy scene for us all to remember?
Okay. So let's go in order. So first, you said Party Monster.
Yeah.
What about Party Monster did you enjoy?
The lights, the freedom, the ability to feel like you were in the 80s. You know, I was born in 91, so like that world I've never particularly lived in, and I feel like they did a good job of just showing the Club Kid era for what it was. And it's just interesting because we learn gay history in different ways, and for me, like that's how I learned about that era
Oh wow.
and yeah, like I didn't really know about it until I saw that movie, and it was so interesting to think that that's where we started. And like I'm out here stomping around in heels as a drag queen, but I had no idea like where it originated from or
Okay.
anything. And seeing that movie just made me same thing with like, oh, we'll throw in Paris is Burning by the way for number five. So I was
Okay.
gonna say that and Paris is Burning showed me like where I came from. Like those girls are me. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I am Paris is Burning and I am Party Month. Like those are the two things that like I just love that dark performer world that the 80s were. And you know, things weren't allowed more back then. So there's this like covetousness to what they were doing in both of those films that I really enjoy that adventure.
Okay. So Party Monster was produced by Wow Presents, who are the producers behind Drag Race,
Mm,
and they really wanted Macaulay Culkin to play the lead character. And I watched that movie, and it's a story that so many kind of like gay people have or LGBT people have, that you're from like a small city or a small community and you want to move to a larger city to kind of like make it in the city.
yeah,
And so I think a lot of people can identify with that story.
yeah.
And the interesting thing about that Wow Presents is that James St. James used to have a almost like a nightlife show on Wow Presents YouTube channel, and one of the individuals that he interviewed was a drag queen named Sabrina. And
Yeah.
Sabrina, is that her name, Sabrina? I think that's her name, Sabrina. Sabrina produced a documentary called The Queen, and the legendary clip of.
I love the Queen, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, what's
Are you talking about the clip from Balenciaga? Oh, what's her name?
what's her name? Your makeup is terrible.
Yeah, your makeup is horrible.
What is it? What is her name? An Aja
It's LaBeija. It's
LaBeija, LaBeija, Crystal LaBeija.
Crystal LaBeija.
Crystal LaBeija. So um, we have that clip because
Mhm.
of Sabrina.
Yeah.
And so I actually love the documentaries that, and Wow Presents they have been creating like LGBT content for a very long
Yeah,
time.
they're amazing. That's why some of my favorites are from those nights of like staying up on Logo. Like I remember
Yeah.
seeing Trick for the first time and all that. They're just so good. Classics.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you've never watched that interview, it's really amazing because um, just so much history has
Yeah.
been lost over the years because of like our gay elders dying and not like writing a memoir or creating a movie.
Yeah.
But that is such an incredible um, video to watch. So Sabrina was behind the Queen. All right, so the second movie you said was Spoiler Alert. So what resonated with you with Spoiler Alert?
Oh my gosh. Well, I had a boyfriend pass away a couple years ago, and like not too long after that, on the flip side of something being beautiful, I was actually invited to an advanced screening for Spoiler Alert in New York City, where the movie took place. And it was a really nice, like, creator moment for me to be invited to an early screening and then review it on YouTube. And that's all I was thinking of it as. I was like, oh, I've been invited to see a gay film and review it on my channel. How exciting. And then the movie ended up being about some a gay man losing his partner. And I never resonated with something more in my life. Even cooler, the director and writer of the film was at that advanced screening, and I got to walk right up to him, thank him for writing the movie, thank him for existing, and just give him a hug.
Yeah,
And we got to bond over the fact I told him that I lost my partner as well, and I told him, even, and this stands even right now. I have a hard time connecting to media that's not that dark. And before I started losing people that I loved, I stayed away from movies like that. Like if you told me we're gonna go see a cancer movie, I'd be like, no, like pass. Now I'm like, sign me up. Like I can only relate to what I've been through. So it was a beautiful moment of just being introduced to new LGBT content. And more importantly, as we just talked about, my favorite films are kind of like the beginning of LGBT film history, which only covered the party worlds, only covered like the more, reckless society of the gay community. Spoiler alert, got to tell the story of two grown, adult, mature men in love. And that was the first time I was seeing that on camera. So definitely one of my favorites.
yeah. Michael Asiello he wrote the novel. Spoiler alert: the hero
Mhm.
dies at the end, and Jim Parsons, who's from the Big Bang
Mhm.
Theory TV
Yeah.
show, he read it and he contacted Michael and was like, I have to make this movie. And so
Wow.
Jim Parsons was behind, I think he's a producer for it as well. So he
Yeah.
was behind getting that film created. And such a beautiful film. We need, huh?
Did you end up seeing it yet?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so we need more kind of like, it's not really like a rom com, but we need more kind of like romantic, even dramas.
good. Hmm.
One of my uh, one person that I love seeing their comments on my YouTube channel, he loves romantic comedies, but he's like, there's not enough of them, and so we need more rom coms within the gay community. Um, because there's so many people that they've dealt with so much trauma in their life that they're like, when I leave work, go home, I don't want to see an AIDS drama. I don't want to see a drama. I don't want to see a horror movie. I just want to laugh and maybe cry a little bit and fall in love with two people falling in love.
Yeah. Ah, it's such a beautiful story. I love it.
Yeah. The third one was Trick. So I don't know if it was. I think my cousin loves this movie as well. I've never seen it, but someone recently told me about it. I don't know a lot about it. So, what is Trick about?
So it's about like a regular schmegular guy falling for a go-go boy, and I dated a go-go boy. So it was again a situation where I was like, oh, I can relate to this, which I mean maybe anyone kind of can. I mean, who doesn't almost fall for those beautiful dancers? When you're a younger gay and you're seeing that in front of you, um it's an experience. And I
Yeah.
think that movie, it shows that experience, and the time that it was made in, like, this was pre-social media, so
Oh
you
wow.
couldn't kind of swipe through and find that boy of your dreams, like, unless you entered that gay bar and you saw him dancing there, like, you didn't find him. And that shows in that movie. So I love the nostalgia of that feeling of like, falling for the Go-Go Boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before social media age.
Yeah. Um, I definitely have to find it and watch it, but I also dated a go-go dancer. Um, we met on one of his off nights at the club where he worked, and
Mhm.
he was actually the person who helped me feel more comfortable with my sexuality.
Yeah.
Uh, he was in the military, and he was just like, he never took steroids in his life, but his body was jacked. He would actually would train me at the gym, and so we had a date. One of our first dates, we went to like an IHOP
Mm.
late at night, and he said, "We're only going to order egg whites and plain oatmeal." Because
Oh.
he was into his body and he
Yeah.
was training me.
Yeah.
So he was like, "We're not ordering anything sugary."
Mhm.
So he tells me this on the way. So the IHOP was in a predominantly black part of town, and this was like maybe like 10 or 11 at night.
Mm.
We pull up in his car, and the parking lot is full of people, and there are a lot of people in the parking lot.
Mm.
So he parks and like jumps out of his seat
Mhm.
to open my door, and then he grabs my hand, and I was wearing these cargo shorts at the time that the zipper was broken, so it just stayed down. And
Yeah.
so I, like, anytime he touched me, like, that's all it took. And I'll just say, excited to, like,
Right.
and
Uh-huh.
so he's holding my hand. I'm getting a little excited. And there are all these people staring at us. And I just felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything that night, but like 2 weeks later, he was like, "You know what? I was really upset about that." And he was like, "You don't ever have to feel unsafe because if something were to happen, I would take care of it."
Yeah.
And so after that, I was like, I don't have to be on guard all the time. And nothing happened that night. No one said anything to us.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can take off this weight of feeling like I'm going to be attacked outside because I'm gay.
Yeah.
Um, and that really helped me to become comfortable with the idea of presenting as gay in public.
Yeah.
But,
Aw. A
but
tough Go boy is where it's at.
he also he was former military, and he was a an MMA fighter.
We love that.
So
Ooh.
yeah, he was very tough, very tough.
Yes, he can
Um,
be tough on me.
um, so the another gay movie.
Yeah, so funny.
So tell me why do you like another gay movie?
First of all, I'm a spoof queen. I am no if I am having a bad day, I turn on either another gay movie, scary movie, or not another teen movie.
Okay.
I'm like ups. I think those are like I don't run to rom coms for a good time. Like I run to those spoof movies, specifically the Marlon Wayans brothers ones produced. Like just they're so funny. And another gay movie is just a spoof of not another teen movie, and it's spoofing off of like gay people and gay stuff, and it's hilarious. It's funny. It's relatable, and it's that crude like humor that you have to either like it or you don't type of
Okay.
thing. So I love it.
So one of the characters in another gay movie, he played in Swan Song, which it came out I think 2 years ago, but it stars, and I always butcher it stars a German actor who I knew him because he was in one of Madonna's music videos. I can't keep something, something, just waiting and waiting. He's in that music video, whatever that song is.
Okay.
And so this is one of it's a beautiful. It's about an older gay man
Mm.
whose experiences a death, and he goes on this journey. So that guy is in Swan Song. I went to a party for a influencer agency during Pride Month that was sponsored by Diesel, and I met that actor.
Yeah, I wonder which one it was because there's four main gay actors, right?
So he's the one that's like the stereotypical gay.
The flamboyant one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So him.
He looked kind of like Alaska.
Okay. Yeah. Really, really thin. Really
Yeah.
thin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So met him, and I was like, wait a minute. So I recognized him first from Swan Song, and then I realized, like, oh, that's the guy from another gay movie.
Mm.
And so, whenever you come to LA, we're going to go to the place where he works.
Oh, nice. Among everything else we're doing when I come to LA.
Yes. So he works for a LGBT streaming service.
Oh, wow. Look at him. And he's probably way older now because another gay movie was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to go to their headquarters, TikTok, and YouTube campus.
Definitely YouTube campus.
Yes.
We're going to film a video everywhere we go too. So stay tuned for our tours, everyone, because we will.
Yes. And so you had 2-5. So we'll start first with Paris is Burning.
Yes.
What about that movie resonated with you?
Performance. I'm a drag queen. I love the stage. I hear all the terms. And it's crazy because everything was born from that era.
Yeah.
From that moment, like we would not have drag queens, we would not have drag race, we would not have cross-dressing. Like it was just that was it. That's where we were all born. Everything I learned is from there, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to know that that documentary exists where those girls can get their flowers because we bite off of them every day in this world. So for them to have that original, that film for everyone to see where it came from is such an experience. And I'll never forget the first time I saw it. It was just like it clicked in me so hard. And then also being very proud of the way that it was able to influence Pose. And then people who didn't know about Paris is Burning, they got to retell the story.
We had a technical difficulty, but we were talking about Paris is Burning. You were talking about how Paris is Burning was a lot of the writers were inspired by Paris is Burning and ballroom culture. And so one of my favorite episodes from Pose was Miss Wintour having the dead body in her closet, and that is taken directly from one of the characters or one of the people from Paris is Burning. Dorian Gray, after she passed away, one of her friends was going through her closet and came across like a trunk that had this large garment bag, opened it, and there was a mummified body inside. And that so Dorian had this mummified body for like a very long time, never told anyone. And it was one of the storylines from Pose. And so I got to see RuPaul talk at the LA Library like 6 years ago and asked a question. I was like, what's the top 5 movies that you would recommend that younger gay people, for them to learn about their LGBT history? And one of the answers was Paris is Burning. And so Ru is constantly referencing from Paris is Burning all the time. Like, my favorite one is Why You Gagging So? She bring it to you every ball. That comes from Paris is Burning. And so there's so many references to Paris is Burning. I went to Denmark last year for World Pride. And after Pride was over, I went to the countryside to one of the top museums in the world called Louisiana, that's in Denmark. And one of the exhibits was about mothers. And there were photographs from the set of Paris Was Burning
Mm.
included in this exhibit. And so to this day, like, that movie or that documentary is referenced so much.
Yeah.
And I love that because Jenny Livingston is the director of that. Because of that documentary, we have Drag Race. And because of Drag Race, we now really have LGBT culture in mainstream households
Hmm.
on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that a lot of politicians are passing these these bills banning drag story hours, which
Yeah.
is really a distraction from like other issues within the Republican Party.
Right.
Um, but I am so grateful that we live in a world where if someone isn't learning about ballroom culture, gay people, trans people in schools, they can turn on Paris Is Burning and learn about like late 80s ballroom culture.
Yeah.
So it's such an important documentary.
Yeah. It's educational
Yeah,
for
yeah. So
sure.
I'm glad that you included that. But it tied with Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, come on. Not doesn't even compare now that we're like, like those. I mean, obviously not in the same way as Paris, but Brokeback Mountain also broke down barriers.
Yeah.
Not nearly as many as Paris is Burning, so it doesn't even equate to that one. But
Yeah.
it was nice to see that at the time. It's a love story. Again, it's something a little bit more different than what we were used to seeing the people in our community have films about. And again, created a conversation within the mainstream area, which is so important. So it did its job, but again, like comparing it that close to Paris is Burning, it's trash. Like, but nice to have it.
Okay. So I would love your top 5 gay actor crushes.
They have to be gay? Oh my gosh.
Yes, they have to be gay.
Oh, do I have any gay crushes?
Wait, all of your crushes are straight men.
They might be. Let me
Oh
think.
goodness.
Um,
I'm judging you because of that.
I'm sorry. Let me think. Let me think. You know what? I'll take what's his name? What's his name? I'll take Colton Underwood.
Colton
Um,
Underwood. Colton Underwood.
yeah, I love him. I loved him for a long time. I'll do Luke Evans.
Evans.
I'll um I will take um oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of I've had lots of drag race crushes. I'm trying to think of a boy on drag race that I could throw into the mix. So many. What's a cute one? This is hard. These are I love boys. This is hard.
I can't believe all of your crushes are straight boys.
They are, and I could.
So okay, let's expand it to straight boys who played gay characters.
Okay, so Ryan Phillippe is number one.
Okay.
I love him.
Okay.
Who else do I love? I love me some. Well, he's a singer. Yeah, he's a singer. So I love me some Shawn Mendes. He's cute.
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Tom
These
Holland.
like these little twinks in Hollywood get me sometimes, you know.
So wait,
Yeah.
Colton Underwood, that's the guy that was from The Bachelor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He
did
was
you
great,
watch
and then-
did you watch his Netflix show?
You know what? I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. But I follow him on Instagram and we
Okay.
communicate that way.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna say like you message each other. I was like,
No.
okay.
No, I just like his pictures. We just like each other's pictures. I'm not gonna lie on here. I just like his pictures. He just watches me like them. But it's still a relationship in a way.
Okay. So weird story. So oh my gosh, this was like 2 years ago. I was in Berlin celebrating 20,000 subscribers, and
Yes.
I had, before leaving, I think I had done maybe one or two videos about LGBT entertainment.
Mhm.
And so I remember being in Berlin actually, no, technically, I was in Poland at this particular time. I was at our hotel in the hallway editing a video about his Netflix documentary series.
Yeah, you posted about it. I remember that.
Yeah, and that was from that particular video. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to continue just doing LGBT entertainment reviews because previously I was doing like drag race videos.
Yeah, I remember.
Uh, but I did this like one video. I did this video when Got Mick, whatever season that was, like season 13, I think.
Mhm.
I reviewed the first episode of that particular season, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Mhm.
Um, and so, whenever you come back to LA, I'll introduce you
To who?
to Colton.
Oh, you know him.
I know how to stalk him.
Oh my god. Well, we'll just add him to the list then, because there's other
Yes,
people. Who are
yes, yes. We'll accidentally bump into him inside of his apartment.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah. You know, Luke Evans is coming out with a new movie with Billy Porter where they're playing husbands after
Mm.
a divorce and they're trying to get custody of their child together.
Oh, that sounds good
So
already.
I'm looking forward to that one. So the Ryan Phillippe role was that Studio 54?
So he was like a gay for pay in Studio 54. So
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He actually has. Well, no, he wasn't gay in it. Trying to think if he has any gay roles. No, I think that's Studio 54. I mean, he is a gay icon. For his
Oh, Scream,
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions and I Know You Did Last Summer are his beginner movies. And I guess for me as like a kid watching those movies, that's why he remains on my list because that was like my little gay awakening of like seeing him and being like getting that tingly feeling of being like, oh my gosh, like who is this guy? And like as I got older, I followed his films and then I found him on Instagram as well.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yes. So I have such a crush on him and he is okay and proud of being like lusted after by the gays and he
Oh,
knows.
really?
Yeah, he's talked about it. Like he knows that like his fandom is like a lot of us.
Okay.
And yeah, what's funny, you want to talk about little stalker action? He is from I'm in Jersey and he's from Delaware, which
Okay.
is like the next state over.
Okay.
Um so, your girl knows where he's at. And he's close. And he's a Phillies fan. And I'm close to Philly. And he comes to the state. Like when they went to the Super Bowl and stuff, he was here.
Okay.
So we were close then. So,
I'll introduce you to Ryan as well.
yes, I would love that. I will probably faint. He is like, ugh, I love him.
Yeah. So Tom Holland, that's like one of the Spider-Men.
Yes, he's the newest Spider Man. He's dating Zendaya. So, girl, hopefully she don't tag me. But he just has he's like that cute, nerdy twink that you see in the corner of the bar. And you just kind of want to like show him the world. Like that's Tom Holland to me.
Okay.
So
And has he played a gay character? I don't know.
no, he's still at the beginning of his career. He's just Spider Man. So
Okay.
and a couple
Well,
other things.
is Spider-Man? Spider-Man is gay in one of the comic book series, so we'll include that.
Yeah, I mean, in some alternate Spider Verse, absolutely,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then like all 2023 actors, he also is very much okay with the community.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't really probably doesn't really have a choice at this point, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I sometimes confuse him with the guy that played Elton John in the biopic.
Oh, Target Eriton, I forget his name.
Yeah, weird name, but
Taron.
they don't look alike, but they look alike.
Yeah, no, I see it. You're right.
Yeah. So you have one more. Did you think of one actual
Oh,
gay actor? One more gay actor.
um, oh my
Or
gosh.
gay reality star.
Oh, um, I swear, like, it's just not coming out. I've had so many.
Okay.
I'll take, any of the cute gay guys from Real World. I'll take about one of
Oh, okay.
them.
There are a lot of them actually. I went
Yeah.
to an event where a gay, um, one of the gays from the Real World was hosting.
Yeah.
Mike Manning.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I know
He
him.
was from one of the later
Yeah.
Real World.
They pop up. I've gone to a couple events where they were there too. They pop up every
Yeah.
now. They get work. Yeah, I always have.
He's now like he's a Emmy award winning producer.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Some of them have gotten to movies and shows and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so is there anything else that you would like to leave with my viewers before we go?
Uh, I would say just think if you're watching this, I'm gonna assume that you are either a fan of LGBT culture and or a Victor. So thank you for supporting him and thank you for supporting our people in this channel. I think I told you this earlier that your channel is really special niche, and especially right now with what's going on with people trying to silence our voices and kind of cover up everything that we've grown from. Your channel kind of gets to be this place where you can not only talk about it but shine a light on some of the media that we've already created, some of the media that's coming out. You do a good job of going back and forth between what's been done and what's happening and just making our community heard. So thank you for letting me be a
Oh,
part of that, and anyone who's listening or watched it, thank you for being part of the audience, because they're part of the experience as well. So there would be, we need that support. So share the video, share anything that you feel like you have a connection with. Someone else might have that same connection. You might make their day the same way the video made your day. And certainly subscribe to my content and channels as well. So you can just keep pushing that LGBT super cute agenda.
yeah. And so remind individuals where they can find you.
Yes, so my main entertainment variety channel is just my name, Nigel Battle, and then my creator coaching channel is Nigel Battle hyphen creator coach, and that's where you'll find all your videos about how to grow your brand, become a content creator, make money with several revenue streams as a content creator, and fun interviews over there. And then for just everyday access to cute selfies and thirst traps, I know you guys want those as well. That's over on my Instagram at Princess Pudding, where I also post a lot of updates for my videos and updates for my podcast, the Creative Talk podcast. That didn't just happen.
you
So,
you might find Nigel and I doing something for his Instagram live. So
yes.
be sure to check him out. And hopefully all of you have subscribed to my YouTube channel at Vic Yates. But I also have an Instagram, and it is also at writer Vic Yates. So please follow me over there. Nigel, it has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I wish you nothing but the success and all of the accolades that you deserve over at your channel because you put in the work. And I love to see it. And if any of you are kind of like on the fence about following him, do it because he's incredible. Sometimes when I have a horrible day, I like to watch your older videos,
Mm,
just because you are such like a beacon of light and positivity, and you're also just like honest with your reactions as well.
yeah.
And I really love to see it. So thank you for stopping by my
Yeah.
visual podcast. And we will be in touch. Have a lovely day. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for watching this video. In the comment section, let me know what are your top 5 favorite gay movies. Also, let me know if you enjoyed any of the movies that we discussed today. Please follow me on Instagram at WriterVicYates for more about my art and literary projects. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and become a member if you can. Like and share this video. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, have a lovely day. Besos. Mwah.